creators of Snapchat, I would really appreciate if you stop updating this app. Like, I'm really sick of it. I said this recently, if you update this app one more time, I'm just gonna delete it because pretty soon this is not gonna become fun anymore. Like, if you wanna update something, update the privacy thing on here. Like, I'm tired of receiving comments from people that I don't even follow. Could you please change it back to how it used to be when I didn't have to view Pussy So Tight 95 story after I just viewed Barbara? You get what I'm saying? Like, who asked for you to simultaneously put all these stories together like this? I don't want to see everybody's stories. I just want to click through whose story I want to see and just leave it at that. Okay, so somebody just went through my Instagram and just liked every single picture. Not to mention that I only have 9 on here. So does this mean I'm supposed to go through and like their pictures back, or how does that work exactly? Okay, for those of you who are constantly in these social media relationships, like you get on social media and you just like somebody picture twice and all of a sudden you're in a relationship with them tomorrow. How does this work? Because this whole social media dating thing, it doesn't work out for me. I need to meet you in person because majority of the time I love energy. You get what I'm saying? I love to feel a person's vibe. I love to feel a person's je ne sais quoi. I want to know what you look like. I want to know if you bow-legged or pigeon-toed. You know, I want to see physical qualities like that. I don't want to have to meet you online and then get to know you and then turns out that you live 17 states away from me, and then all of a sudden it's my responsibility to make the next step to make this shit work. Like, I don't have time for it. So I just read this little story about that 75% of job applications don't even make it to the job or the actual company that you're applying for when you do them online. And it's very disheartening to me because I have spent several months applying to jobs that I haven't even heard back from to this day. And I never wondered why. I always thought that my resume wasn't good enough when I knew it was. And I always thought that maybe it's because they didn't know that I was, you know, black or white. If you don't have certain words on your resume, that it automatically throws your resume in the trash or your application in the trash or in spam. Like, just because Susie doesn't have effectively on her resume doesn't mean that she's not qualified for the job. Or just because Johnny graduated from Stillman College doesn't mean he's no less than the bitch that graduated from Harvard. Like, I don't understand it. Like, can somebody please share with me, how does this work? I'm really trying to understand, you know, what is the big significance about Starbucks besides the name? Because I'm not getting it at all. For the life of me, I'm really not understanding how you all are getting these wigs and you're not putting a closure in it. So it looks like Moses is going back through the Red Sea and he's telling Pharaoh to let his people go. I'm really not understanding that. Like, I just want you to close your hair. Like, there's always a beginning and there's always an end. And you're not, if you're gonna begin it, please end it. Every great hairstyle and with every great story, there's a beginning, there's an ending, there's an opening, and there's a closing. So I'm trying to like get this in order, and it's not working for me. There seems to be this phase of hairstyles that's going around, particularly with men of color, and it's like this little box fade, and you know, the part that starts right there and the ends like in the center of their head. It works. I see where you're going, but it's not meant for everybody. Some men like to do the most and take this part and wrap it around their whole entire head and go around the crown and shit like that. Sis, I don't need you to be walking around here looking like this is where your leave out is about to start and you just got a full sew in and this is just the part for your leave out to come. I don't need that. Like, just stick with the basics. Am I rude because I don't text people first to say, hey, how you doing? Are you living? I mean, I feel like if people really want you, they will contact you. So why should I have to keep contact with you every day just to say, hey, what's up? Like, I don't get it. If we're not in a relationship where you're not my parents, I don't feel like a constant communication is necessary. I talk to my best friend weekly, but I mean, every day, that's a little much, don't you think? So, I don't know, maybe that's just me. So, but you know, that's just my thoughts.